actually Africa needs not only infrastructure, but also different types of industrialization. To you, what does that mean for funding? Not only bilaterally, but also multilaterally.
Essentially, we as a bank, other multilateral institutions also, we no longer want to finance individual projects because we want to look at ways to scale our impact. One way to scale your impact is to look at value chains across an industry. We don't just want to build a solar project, a wind farm or a solar project. We want to build a solar park in the desert where you can build massive solar parks potentially. I visited, in Mongolia, the Kubuchi Desert, and I saw this massive solar project, and it's just so invigorating to see in the middle of what is just barren terrain, you can have a big economic asset like that. Africa's got the Sahara Desert, for example. We have the capacity to produce power for the whole of Europe if we get our act together. And I would argue also it's important to put in place green manufacturing, meaning not just manufacture any goods here in Africa, but look at goods that are green, that are sustainable, because then we can export those goods into all the markets throughout the world. In future, as you might know, a lot of countries will limit goods that are coming into their countries with too much carbon intensity. Look, the multilateral banks have pledged that we do not want to be financing projects ourselves as a starting point. We want to be looking at co-financing models, not just amongst ourselves, between, let's say, NDB and AIIB, as well as Asia Development Bank, European Investment Bank, World Bank. We want to be able to finance mega projects, and we can do that if we collaborate in more effective ways. So there's a discussion underway currently in the G20, which took place in Ahmedabad in Gujarat province in India, where the finance ministers met a few weeks ago. And there's a report that the heads of state of the G20 will discuss in September, which is exactly focused on this. How can we reform MDBs? How can we reform the entire vision, operating mission of multilateral banks to no longer fund individual projects, but to look at portfolios of projects and look at collaboration across an industry. So there's reform in the making as we speak.